friends, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your valuable comments on viewing my videos. And today I will continue the topic atomic absorption spectroscopy instrumentation up to flame atomizers I told. So today I want to continue the next topic, non-flame atomizers. So what is the flame atomizers and what is the non-flame atomizers? In flame atomizers we have to use the flame and detect the atoms. Here in the place of flame we have to replace the electricity. So that is the reason it is called non-flame atomizers. In this non-flame atomizers there are three conditions. So first condition is warm enough to evaporate. Second condition, hot enough to decompose. Third condition, while using electricity, determine the elements. So in this non-flame atomizers we have to replace in the place of flame is electrically. So here there are three conditions: warm enough to evaporate, hot enough to decompose, while using electricity to determine the elements. So in these three conditions we can determine the elements. So in this non-flame atomizers we have to use here one technique is graphite furnace. Graphite furnace and graphite furnace, this is also called as electrothermal. Okay, so this graphite technique it is also called as electrothermal. Here in the graphite furnace we here used as graphite rod between 2 millimeters length. So in this here graphite furnace length is 50 millimeters length and 9 millimeters diameter. So in this graphite furnace we it is here used low voltage 100 amperes and 5 volts supply here used, and in the graphite furnace along the axis the electricity will be passed and it is surrounded by the metal jacket. So graphite furnace it is surrounded by the metal jacket and circulated with water. It is circulated with water by separating the gas phase, and it is separated the gas phase. Okay, here graphite furnace we have to use graphite rod with a 2 millimeters length. In graphite surface is total 50 millimeters length and 9 millimeters internally diameter. So in the graphite furnace it is electricity flows through along the axis, and here it is surrounded with the metal jacket and circulated with water, and it is separated by the by gas space. And here inert gas argon is placed. Here argon is placed in the graphite furnace. So after the argon is placed, and here it by using the temperature, by using the electricity and hot to enough warm to enough evaporate the sample and hot to enough decompose the sample. So by using the temperature at 300 volts, the sample will be ashed, so that the ashed sample, it will be going to the atomizer, and the sample will be detected in the atomization technique. So this is called electrothermal graphite furnace technique. So in the graphite furnace technique, here is there few strengths. One is minimum droplet size, and it is a very compact instrument. And here in graphite furnace, we use graphite rod with highly pyrolytically graphite, and here used vanadium tungsten elements. So this is all about the graphite furnace. So we have to see the diagram of graphite furnace. So this is the diagram of graphite furnace. Here sample introduced, and this is the graphite tube. It is surrounded by the metal jacket, circulated with water and separated by gas phase. So organ is introduced into the graphite furnace at high temperature. So the sample will be ashed, that will be going to the atomizer technique. So this is about the graphite furnace electrothermal technique. And after that, okay, so this is about the graphite furnace, and this is the graph of graphite furnace. So this is the band broadening, and this is the line width. So this is about the graph of the graphite furnace. And here you know the resonance line, resonance of source. So here diagram of this is the light source of atomic absorption spectroscopy. This is the light source of atomic fluorescence spectroscopy, monochromator, detector, readout device, and this is the line resonance. So in this we have to use halocathode lamp. So here the halocathode lamp is towards attracts the cathode. So cathode is emitted the atoms. So this is about the resonance of the line source. Okay, and after that monochromatous. You know monochromatous. So monochromatous means which have to use it to select the single wavelength. So single source of light we have this. It will be selected and it will be passed into the atomization technique. So this is about the monochromator. In monochromator we have to use prism, gratings, so this type of we will be using. And the next detectors. In detectors photomultiplier tubes are used. So in photomultiplier tubes the electrical energy is converted into the radiant energy or mechanical energy. So then here use it photoelectrical tubes. And next amplifiers. In amplifiers we have the which is coming into the photoelectric tubes that the signal is fed into amplifiers and it can be amplified by the amplifier device. Okay, so here lock of amplifiers are used because best to signal and noise ratio. And next readout device. In readout device chart readers and digital readers are used. In chart readers potentiometer are used to servometer. So this is about the instrumentation of atomic. So here in flame atomizers, in instrumentation of atomic absorption spectroscopy is there one another topic, that is nebulizers. So here the nebulizers is formation of aerosol. So in the aerosol the gas the formation of aerosols have high velocity of gas stream. So here liquid and gas stream are perpendicular to each other with high velocity. So here proposed the equation Poiseuille's equation. So Poiseuille's equation Q equal to R star E by 8 neta L. So here Q is the factor and this is the capillary radius and the pressure differential, viscosity of liquid and total viscosity of total length of liquid. Okay, so this is the factor and this is the factor, velocity factor. So and this is about the formula of the nebulizers. So this is about the nebulizers. So and tomorrow we have to see the atomization techniques. We will continue tomorrow class. Thank you so much.